Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I hope all of you have been well. If you're returning from my first YouTube video, welcome back. And if you're new here, my name is Daria and I'm a brand and web designer. So glad to have you here. Today, I wanted to touch base on a topic that many of you are curious about and that I've been wanting to talk about for a long time. My life as a faceless content creator, how I did it, why I did it, and the results I got. Why did I decide to become a faceless content creator? Well, first off, yes, I'm a faceless content creator. I don't show my face, my hands, or even use music in my videos. It's a choice that surprises some people, so I wanted to share a bit about why I decided to take this route. To start, privacy has always been a priority for me. The internet can be a wonderful place to connect and share, but it can also be unpredictable. Unfortunately, not everyone who comes across your content has the best intentions. My face is a personal part of who I am, and I wanted to keep that part of my life off the internet. Just because I create and share content doesn't mean I have to give up every part of myself. Privacy is a right, and for me, this decision was about finding that balance, sharing my work and ideas without sharing everything about my personal life. The internet is forever, and the things you post can stay there long after you've moved on. That's something I've always been mindful of. I never wanted to post something I'd regret or have to cringe at years later. Being a Muslim also plays a significant role in this decision. Modesty is a core value for me, and it's become even more important over the past few years. Staying faceless allows me to create content that aligns with my faith and values while still building a personal connection with my audience. Some people ask, if you're faceless, why do you still include yourself in your videos? My answer is simple. I want people to know I'm a Muslim woman running this business. I just don't want them to see my face. I've worked around it. I wanted to create content that was unique, focusing on creativity while staying rooted in my beliefs. Authenticity is important to me, and I didn't want to be someone I'm not just to please people on the internet. In the beginning, being a faceless content creator was incredibly challenging. I kept asking myself, how am I going to make this work when I'm so limited in what I can do? Not showing my face meant I couldn't be on camera, and not using music meant I had to work much harder to create engaging content that could actually hold people's attention. It felt like an uphill battle. I constantly compared my work to other content creators, and it wasn't like I could find much inspiration from other faceless graphic design accounts. There weren't many. I gave up more times than I could count. I remember uploading videos and deleting them because I thought they looked awkward or imagined negative comments from people. At that time, doubt was my constant companion, controlling every aspect of my life, especially this one. Eventually, I reached a point where I told myself, this is either going to work or it isn't. I decided to stop overthinking and start sharing my work with the hope that someone out there might relate to what I was doing. The more I posted, the more I heard from people who appreciated my content for what it was. There were so many others with similar mindsets. Not only was my account faceless, but I also made the decision to refrain from using music in my content because of my faith. As a Muslim, staying true to my values was non-negotiable, but I'll be honest, it made things 10 times harder. I constantly asked myself, how am I going to avoid using music when it feels like every video online relies on it? For many, music is essential in videos, and I had no idea how I was going to grow my Instagram account. But then I realized I didn't want people to land on my videos and stay because of the music. I wanted them to stay because of the content. That's when I knew I had to make my videos engaging without relying on trends. Around that time, ASMR was becoming a huge phenomenon. People loved the calming, satisfying sounds that drew them in and made them want to watch videos until the end. I thought, what if I could apply that concept to my graphic design work? Instead of using music, I started focusing on natural sounds, the click of a mouse, the scribble of a pencil, the swoosh of paper. That idea completely shifted my business and brand. By embracing ASMR-style content, I created something that aligned with my values while standing out. Suddenly, a whole new group of people started finding my work. People who appreciated the creativity and effort I put into my designs. One thing I didn't expect when I started as a faceless creator was the negativity. It honestly blew my mind. I'd get comments from people who were genuinely angry, just because I wasn't showing my face. At first, it stung. I was already battling doubts and insecurities, so having strangers question and criticize my choices added to the weight. But over time, I realized their reactions had nothing to do with me and everything to do with them. Honestly, it became funny to me. Seeing people get so worked up over something so harmless was almost entertaining. People aren't always comfortable with things that challenge the norm. For some reason, me not following the rules of content creation upset a lot of people. But I didn't care, and I still don't. I made a choice that aligned with my values and vision, and I wasn't going to let strangers tell me I was wrong for that. The hate didn't stop me. If anything, it reminded me I was doing something right. Standing out is exactly what I set out to do. One of the biggest challenges of being a faceless creator is building trust. When people don't see your face, they naturally wonder, who is this person? Can I trust them? I knew from the start I'd have to work harder to build that connection, and it's one of the things I'm most proud of. I made it a priority to show my personality in small, intentional ways. I shared what I loved, like my animals, places I'd visit, and even details like my favorite colors or hobbies. I let people see my values and where I'm from. These little moments built trust and helped people feel like they knew me. As a graphic designer, I also made sure my work reflected my skills and passion. I wanted my clients and followers to trust me, not because of my face, but because of the quality of my work. Trust isn't about what you look like. It's about who you are and how you show up. And for me, finding that balance between sharing and staying private has been key. To everyone who feels like they have to follow every trend or meet everyone's expectations, don't. Do what feels right for you. The journey was anything but easy, but I am so happy with the decisions that I made. Looking back, I'm so glad I didn't let anyone's influence stray me away from my values, and I'd always encourage you guys to do the same. When people strip you of your morals and values, it's because they want you to be like them, but you should be like you. I wish I could tell you the amount of times I looked back on my life and felt so silly for caring about what people would think. Most of those people that laugh at you now will respect you later. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Are you going to let someone else's opinions determine how you live for the rest of your life? Are you going to live your life in regret because you wish you took a chance on yourself? As much as you are your biggest doubter, you are also your biggest supporter. Don't let anyone stop you from winning. Well, guys, that sums it up. I hope I was able to answer all of your questions. Truthfully, sometimes it's hard for me to come on camera and talk about these things because emotionally I went through a lot with this process. But I want you guys to know that you aren't alone. We all go through struggles, and we feel like nobody understands us, but there's hundreds of people out there who will connect with the content you put out. As always, I wish the best for every single one of you, and I hope you reach your goals at some point in your life. Love you all. Till next time.